Look what arrived. Oh, it is a Disco Sketching Handcrafted Companion made in Cornwall. Water cup, pencil, thingy. And then I also got this to put everything in. As you can see, it fits in nicely in there. And then I can carry supplies in here. I've got a Plein Air thing. There's the strap for that. Ooh, I've got stuff in here. Hang on. What do I have? What do I have? What do I have? Oh, sketch pad. That's nice paper too. Okay. Just go sketching for non-metal palettes. Oh, this must be the... Oh, excellent. These are the metallic things. Hopefully there are instructions for that, for it to stick together. It looks like I have watercolor, cadmium red, and then some board clips, and these are to hold back. Yes. And these, let me get a sketchbook. I'll try and show you. So, I mean, it has the instructions here. So you gather all the pages. Presumably it works better with a hardcover. And then you do this. And then you fold it open. And then you use the clips. It works better, I'm told. Actually, I should probably just take this off. There's a nice little watercolor strip there of all the colors that they have to make. All right, there's no instructions on what to do with these. But I think, yeah, these are magnet strips here. So you would stick this onto the back of your palette, or stick it in a couple of places, and then Bob's your uncle, Fred's your aunt. So theoretically, one can go Plein Air sketching. I can see why you would need a hardcover book for this, and then you go, wait, I bought a hardcover book for this. What did I do with it? Well, I actually went to find the sketchbook that I bought for just this purpose. So let's try this again. Slide it in through here. Open it up to wherever. I don't think it really matters. So long as this clip does front and back. Where did the clip go? And this clip, see, I'm going to lose these clips. Also does front and back. If I can use my fingers. This might be a little too thick. Oh, there we go, I got it. And voila. And look how, with a hardcover, it has to be a hardcover. And then you plonk your palette right here. Palette. Just for giggles, because I know this is metal. Maybe you'll do it that way. Do you hear that? I mean, they're going to fall out when they roll, but... And then you can draw and sketch. I'm not kind of loving how puffy that is, but it's nice on this side. And then you can patch your drawer and da-da. Let me show you inside the bag. There's these straps here, which would be good for holding something, like maybe an umbrella. And when you open it up, it has this, so it doesn't fall completely open, and that's adjustable too. And then we have one big pocket on this side. You have places for brushes to go. What did I do with that brush? I put it back in there. Brushes to go in here, or markers or pens. Another big pocket down here, and then space to hold things. So I'm going to have fun. I'm going to go plein airing and get to know my area a little better. And so I'm hoping I will have fun with this. I can't wait to get it all set up. And I'm moving this around. I've taken this off to put it there, and I'm wondering, remember how to open this. There we go. It won't. What do I need? Oh, if I put it there, that would work. No, because of these divoty things. Not close, that's not flush because of these things here. So either I'm pulling that off or I'm going back to a metal one, like so, and then we'll push this back in. Right, next, that goes in, and then that's your water container. I have a brush, the brush could go in there, but I'm thinking I might just leave the pencil. Well, this might end up coming off altogether. So we do that. We could do that. But it's really a two-handed job to get them out of that, so you may be more inclined to just tuck them underneath when I'm actually working. That might be the thing. All right, so I have these kids. I'm thinking of, oh, look at that. Look, I didn't notice that. They have these little elastic strips. Oh, rethinking. Brush A. Or brush B. I can see myself at the end of it. Oh, come on. At the end of a session, it's all behind that, just throwing all these into this pocket and going. Okay, so anyway, so this is how my setup is currently. I might tuck that in there too. No, just a little bit too big, so we'll just put that in the middle. Put that in here for now. Pull that in. And then we will, can we zip it up? Why, yes. Yes, we can. So there we go. That's my little sketching kit. It's a little heavier than my little sketchbook and plastic watercolor palette, but it will help me sketch standing up because there are places I can't sit. And I am getting a seat, so the seat bit might actually go in here. Well, I thought I would show you how I do this out in the field, and you see me, I've tucked my rag in. I'm wrapping that watch strap around the board and then getting my book out. And this was weird because when I did this standing up in my first time out, it was weirdly easier. And here I am fumbling all over the place. It also was really cold. My fingers were quite cold and weren't working properly again either. So, okay, so I've managed to tuck the book into the board and pulling out the first clip from its place. Almost got it. And then the second clip. And you'll notice there was a cut because I had done this twice and in the wrong order. So I made my husband film this again. And then I opened up my watercolor set. pull out my little mister and get those watercolors wet. It was also windy. You might see the wind of my hair going. So they dried out pretty quickly as I was working on them. I've added this in after I filmed everything else because I wanted to show you how easy it was to set up while standing up. Much easier than sitting down for some reason. So I've pulled out the board. I am pulling out now my watercolor palette, and I've put it on the wrong side, as I soon realized. There I go. This is getting easier to put on, so I think the cotton that I'm using to hold the watch strap closed, it's supposed to sit on your wrist, is getting a bit looser. But anyway, so in goes the paint rag. And now I'm pulling out the journal. You can see what I'm doing here, and you've seen it me sitting down, so I'm just going to let some music take this over, and I will see you in my review of how the plein air painting went, which is coming up next. Hello, so I finally went out sketching for the first time using this Just Go sketching kit. Here it is, all together. I'm going to pull it apart and just show you some things of what's in there, what worked, what didn't work, what I used, what I didn't use. And so let's open her up. First, on the end here, I don't know if you can see that, is just a seating pad. It's very small. It's super light. Really, its only benefit is that it keeps your butt off the wet ground. Got it on Amazon. And that's the only benefit, because there was no padding there. But, you know, my butt has plenty of padding, so that's fine. I'll put that away later. All right, so let's peek in here. This is how I had the bag open during the session. So I'm going to take this out because this poor thing's been sitting in there damp. As a suggestion of what I possibly painted by looking at the pretty paint rag, which is also my husband's old undershirt. All right, draping that to dry. This pencil has no lead in it, so I need to pull out my leads and refill it, A. And then B, this pencil was sitting here right next to it, and I didn't use it because it's water soluble, and I didn't want to get my colors all muddy. So that didn't exactly work. This little mister was super, super handy. I misted my palettes with that, and I misted the paper directly too for some wet on wet application. I used the water brush for the first painting. And I'll insert an image of the first painting here because it was basically a warm-up painting. It wasn't fabulous. It was fine. And here are my brushes. You see, I didn't put the thing away properly when I was done. And I just left it in here with the, I hope this is all in shot, with the brush thing. I might need a bit of a clean. So they just sat in here like that while I was using it. And I used this one, and then I used this tiny one for some details. On the third painting, which didn't go all that well, because the masking fluid I had didn't work all that well. Where is the masking fluid? So I had masking fluid. This is the Jane Davenport kind. I swear I have a Molotow masker somewhere. Molotow masking ink pen somewhere, but I can't find it. I just found it. This is the one I wanted to use. It's a little bit separated and funky though, because I haven't used it for a long time. So that's probably dried up in there, isn't it, if it's not all blue? So I'm gonna get a replacement for this. And this is definitely meant for leaving for a long time. It took forever to dry. I don't remember this taking as long to dry, and the application was really too thick for my liking. This will be played with in other ways. I can't believe I looked for this everywhere and then just glanced at it and there it was. So anyway, didn't use the eraser because I didn't use the pencil. And I have two fine liners here. A Manga Cuff Zig Flexible, Zig Manga Cuff Flexible. That came in a set of watercolor paint that I didn't bring. And then a Faber-Castell Pick Pen in bold. No, in brush. Sorry, nice brush pen. And I didn't use either of these either because I wasn't feeling very confident on my black marks. But everything, and then I have two clips that came with the set, as you saw in the unboxing video. And I've tucked them. They're a little, as you saw in the unboxing video, there's little things down here to hold things in. And then in here, this is from the Just Go Sketching thing. I plan to use it for washes, but I didn't pre-fill it with water, and I just wasn't feeling confident. Oops, dropped it. I just wasn't feeling confident in using it just yet. I'll get there. I'll get there. Maybe I should put these here where they're in shot. There we go, so you can see all the things. And then here's the Jane Davenport palette I have used. I got it as an empty palette. She needs to dry. Ugh. And should have set that out to dry when I got back to that hotel. Oh, look, I'm getting ink but dirt all over me. I'm finding the mixing area is really small. I haven't got full control over the water and brush usage yet. So I need to clean the top off that green one off. It's got blue in it. And that needs cleaning and that needs cleaning. But otherwise, other than that, it worked really well. I need to refill this one because there's a lot of water happening. So other than that, it worked out pretty well. And the board has these magnetic things on it, but I should close it again. And I put two magnets on the back here, but because of these little hinges for the watch strap, it wasn't setting square on it. So now I just do this. Hold please. Oh my goodness, everything's everywhere this morning. just do this. Et voila, it's nice and secure on the thing. It's not going anywhere. And then open it up. And away I go. And I would put my painting rag in here. That's what I ended up using this strap for, was the painting rag, and then the water thing would go there. Except, putting this aside, I, in a plastic bag, because hello, it leaked, have 2 empty pill bottles, and I fill them both with water. Now these I'm going to go empty into my other water container that will eventually be disposed of. And I'm not sure if one of them just leaked just because, if I didn't snick the seal tight enough. I did an experiment, and I don't think I saved the details of that experiment. If I did, I'll include that here. Lying them on the side and upright, or upside down. Upside down was fine because of probably the pressure on the cap. Sideways caused some leakage though, especially when I rolled it around, which is what happened. So now they live in a plastic bag, and I took the lids off. Drop the lid down in there, and that down in there, put both of them, and then they put them in here. I left them in here. So these, watch me spill this everywhere now. We're in here, and then I just had the plastic bag rolled back, and I could dip my brush straight in. Et voila, wet brush that needs cleaning. So, and then I'm going to clean my brushes, and that's how I carried the water. And I carried this all the way down on the train and all the way back on the train, in the plastic bag. Bag, I'm assuming, did not leak. I'm going to dry my hands. Let's do a test. No, it's all dry down in there. I also have this. I do not need to carry this with me. This is especially for removing the masking fluid. And I didn't remove any masking fluid because everything still needed to dry. And so that will be kept at home for doing later. And I had a spare eraser just in case the little one down there ran out of refill. That's all that's in there. The only thing I had I didn't use was a little container of salt, because A, isn't that the cutest little container of salt you have ever seen? And B, I thought it'd be like good for effects, but I was still getting my feet wet. I didn't use it, but I am confident that I will. So we'll keep that in there. Brushes, and then of course here's the journal. I'm going to read this out of the way somewhat. But that I have this baker's parchment paper to keep the pages separated, not sticking together. So I did the swatches when I was at home. This is the first one. Some people came along and did some sort of Chinese Qigong or Tai Chi, or it wasn't Tai Chi, it was a little different from Tai Chi, over here, and I was just really interested. And then this branch is supposed to be on the ground, but never mind. So that was my warm-up piece, just playing with the different colors and the lights and the darks. And then I had to rush off to the art gallery because I had a timed ticket. And so when we came back, there was this one. I'll share a picture of this in the photo so you can see the original. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Anyway, the pink stuff is still tacky. And I haven't rubbed it off yet. We'll do that in a little bit. And that was my second stop. I got lots of people stopping and talking to me while I was doing this, and it turns out I don't mind that. I was happy to talk to people. So that was kind of nice. Complained about the squish tree because they kind of looked at the tree and then they looked at the painting and they're like, looked at the tree again. And I'm like, yeah, perspective. And you can see here is where the clips were to hold this book into this thing here. And this is the last painting I did. I started it and then realized I forgot the front part that's here. So really loved what I did with the ocean though. I mixed two colors together by accident. I'm like, oh, that's pretty. And then look how the paper has dried, the wet bit here. This is the one I had to go. And again, I have this, it's still very tacky. I don't know how this painting's going to look when I take the thing off. And that's my setups now. So that was my little exploration. I really enjoyed it. Sitting on the ground, I found that I had to stretch my legs before I could get up because they fell asleep. But isn't that a fun mark? Sorry, I can't get over that. So that was my little painting experience. Cannot wait to do it again. Wet wipes is another thing that I would like to include in here, like it's just a tiny little packet thereof. So that is a definite for the next one because I had got paint all over my hands, mostly from handling the palette once it got dirty and wet. There are smaller like sewn-in spaces here for pens and things, but there's also larger ones, and that was very helpful. I was considering putting the water bottles in one of these outer pockets, like here, but it just became easier to put them in here in the zippered pocket. I'll put this back in here, and that is just tied around there. Yes, so that is my little Plein Air excursion. I can't wait to go again. If you're interested in seeing me go Plein Air and I can talk my husband into taking decent pictures of me that don't look horrible, let me know in the comments. And maybe I'll take you on some Plein Air sketching. Let's have holes on the outside too. So yes, so thank you for watching. There will be more Soul Deep videos coming. More Project Starfish stationery style collage videos coming, and maybe more Plein Air as well because I love all the things. May you have a lovely day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the notify button. Thanks everybody. Bye.